Okay, guys, welcome back. Well, in this episode, we're gonna be doing study of values, and we're gonna be using this image right here, right? So, let's get started with this. First, let's make. Well, I already had the try this square right here. So now let's see. That's a pretty dark. I mean, it's just gonna be. It doesn't have any. It's not gonna have any hue or saturation. It's gonna be pure black and white. So we're gonna be using all this line right here. So I'm gonna change it from here to here. Let me see. Yeah, I think that works. Just half of it. And it's the one that's kind of gray. I think it's around here. I mean, yeah, this can work. Let me see. There. Alright. Now let's add the other values. First we have, alright, let's go with the background first. So it's gonna be this square right here. Alright. So if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit darker than the table. Yeah, because the table gets hit by the light more, so it's whiter, and this one's a bit darker. So it's gonna go over here. No, this should be a nice color right here, and we're just gonna paint it in there. Let's see, it's around right here. There you go. All right. I think just a little bit bigger. Yeah, that should be fine. All right. Now this part right here is gonna be darker, so let's go over here. I think that value should be fine. There you go. Okay. Now let's add the sphere. So, which is the mate value, I think is this one right here. So it's almost as much as the table, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's just add it a little bit darker, just a tiny bit. There you go. Okay. So it's almost here right here. There you go. Okay. There. We got a sphere. And okay. Now let's add this shape right here. I was actually doing this that I think I was actually editing the other video, and well, since I got a lot of things to do, I mean, it took me a long time to edit. So, and I wanna be uploading constantly, so I'm probably gonna be just doing one study per video, cause three I think is gonna be too much, and I don't really have the time for it. So, yeah. Okay, so this value, cause this is kind of like a bounce light. This is not the the color of the thing. It's kind of like this body. This is the mid-tone. So it should be around right here. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's fine. Alright, now let's paint the shape. Okay. This right here. And then just like this. The paper bigger so we got more area. And I think we have our shapes. Not that good. Let me see. Alright, let's see. Okay, so let's see if I can erase something. But here it doesn't work like that, so it has to be. There you go. Alright, so now okay, now it's time to add the shadows and the lights, the highlights. First, let's go with this one. What should we start first with? I think the back, right? Alright, so let's go with this part right here. This part, it's lighter because some of the light it's hidden. I think it's made of wood, this part right here. Anyway, some part of the light is actually hitting it, so I'll be drawing that. And this part's even lighter, so and this tone is a bit darker, just a little bit. We can actually see here the shadow. Okay, so now let's just go darker, like that value right there. Alright, just darker. Now we're just gonna try to blend it in. Blend this color in. There you go. this is just a little bit darker. And let's see, this, we have this kind of like white spot here, well not white but lighter. We got this, all of this color, and this is actually darker, so that way this you can see the line, you can see the sharpness of the line right here, because this is just way too, the value is lighter than this one, just way lighter, so the contrast is bigger. So I think this is a little bit darker actually. It should be lighter. Let me just go with this. I mean, yeah, that could work. And this, we're just gonna add a little bit more. A little more darkness. Let's see. Okay. Now that we got that, okay, now let's go with the sphere. We got this shade, this is like the, what is this called? I forgot the name of it. This is the highlight, this is the bounce light, and this is the cast light, the cast shadow, I think it's called. I'm not really sure, but we need to put that in. So let's see right here. And there you go. And this is actually darker right here, because it's actually less light hitting it. Pretty sure here it bounces, so that's why this part is lighter. Oh shit, there you go. One right there, and one right here. Okay. Now let's make it more sense. Let's make it sense by adding this dark shadow here. It goes from here to here. Yeah. I mean, actually, I can actually put like two. Let's see. Let's treat this as an entire, like just one shape. We got the shadow going from here to here to here. That's the main shadow. We're gonna go here, and we're just gonna be from here. It doesn't matter if it's like just way too dark. We're just gonna light it up later, and then oh yeah, and then we're just gonna add it right here. That's what we're gonna be doing, and there we go. Alright, now it has a little bit of really dark shadow here. Now this is just way too dark, so this part right here is gonna be lighter. Around right here should be fine. Yep. There, and it's almost the same value here, and then it just goes way lighter due to the light hitting the table. So there we go. and it kind of makes sense right now. And so now we have this shape right here and there, and this value, it's almost close to this one, and you can see there's a lot of difference here, right? Let's look at this. Like, this is right here, this is the value where it's at, and if you go here, I think it's just way too much, so we need to be a little bit closer, like around right there, just there. It's almost black, I think. Well, it's gonna look, the contrast is gonna look more when we add almost like white there, like white in there. So right now we're just gonna be doing this, just gonna try to blend it. Alright, there we go, got that. Now all we need is this part right here. If you go back here, you can add this, and there you go. There you go. Now time to add the highlights. It's gonna be way light, like right there. There it goes. So you got some highlights here. I think there are some here. And some in here. And yeah, why not some here? Okay. There's the highlight. Not completely white. It's almost white. Now let's add it to the sphere. Remember, it doesn't have to look like perfect. Like, yeah, but the values, they have to make sense within the painting. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, it wouldn't make sense like to have such a small contrast with like really dark shadows, because if you got this type of shadows, you can have like a pretty small light, right? It has to be like an intense light in order to have this type of shadows. So that's what I mean, that it has to make sense. So let's see. There you go. I think this one is starting to look almost like the picture. And there you go. And now we're gonna be adding this shadow, which is almost the same exact as this one. So we're gonna go here. I think it's actually darker, like around right there. So we're gonna go there. It breaks right here, so we're gonna go there. And add it right here. And there we have it. And there we go. Okay. Now to add the light here. This part right here, it's almost as intense as this one, so we could just add a little bit, and there we go. Yeah, there you go. And so now we're just gonna add this. And I think it's done. It's almost done. All right. Now let's look at this images. Let's see what we're missing. Okay, the shape here is lost. It looks something weird around here. So we need to fix this in order to make it a little bit. There you go. There you go. Now we're gonna fix this through here. Okay, now the round thing is not lost anymore. And this is way too small. Like this is just too small. It has to cover more area. So I gotta be here. It's gotta be thicker. So let's see. And there you go. Got this. I mean, I could be, using a lot of time to just try to blend this, but that's not the point. The point is not to make it an exact image of it. Just kind of like represent or copy the values and make it for yourself. Kind of like problem solving and looking at the values and knowing what they are in the color wheel. Like you see this value and you're like, okay, this value is around this area right here. And so that way you don't have to be like color picking from this image to this image, and you know how to work with values, right? So at this point, I think we got it. If I'm not mistaken. No wait, this is just me being picky, but this is a little bit light right here, like lighter than this. So let's add that. Yeah, there's go. Yeah, kind of like that. So let's go, and there we have it. I mean, I know it looks horrible, but like I said, the point is to kind of like study the values, to study how the light works, like how the intensity of the light is, and what type of shadow you get from that. Like for example, this is like a really hard light. Like everything is like it's a dark room, and you basically put like a flashlight in there, so you have like really intense highlights, really intense whites here. Yeah, this is just value studies for me. I don't know if you guys have any suggestions. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, something tips, advices, or maybe you have questions. Cause I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm like behind some people, but I might be like in front of other people. So I mean, if you have any questions for me, you can put them in the comments, whatever you want. So, yep, that's it for me now, and I'll see you in the next one.